Intervals are our basic building blocks. Let's think about two notes being played together. Let's think first about a C and an F, for example. How do you think we would go about defining this interval? The simplest way would be to count the space between the two notes. So we've got C, D, E, F. 4 notes. So let's call this a fourth for now. I'm going to cycle through all of the intervals from second to seventh. A second interval, if we're starting on a C, is a C and a D. Here's what it sounds like. A third interval, again starting on C, would be a C and an E, because C, D, E. As we mentioned, a fourth interval would be a C and an F, and here's what that sounds like. A fifth would be a C and a G. A sixth would be a C and an A. A seventh would be a C and a B. And finally, as we've seen before, a C and a C would be an octave. There are 4 main different types of intervals: major, minor, augmented, and diminished. The intervals we've just heard are all major intervals. So from C to D is a major interval. From C to E is another major interval. These definitions, it's important to note, are based on consonance and dissonance. Consonant intervals are major intervals, and they are divided into perfect consonances, intervals of 1, 4, 5, and 8, that is, 2 of the same note played together, and imperfect consonances, a 3 and a 6. We also have dissonances, being the 2nd and the 7th. When you get further into music theory, you'll hear about sharp and flat dissonances. For now, we're just going to relate the intervals we learned about to these definitions of consonances and dissonances. Let's look at the major second. The main way we're going to define all of our intervals is semitones. Semitones are the building block of music, just like intervals are the building blocks of harmony. Let's count the amount of semitones between C and D. There's a little tool I like to use that's drawn like this to count semitones in the absence of a piano. As you can see in the image, there are 5 peaks representing our black notes, and circles in the dips between the peaks representing our white notes.